It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Hey.
Just cut it off.
Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise, where anything can happen. I'm Anastasia Felicius.
Good morning, TGIF. I am Philip Simon. I left my hat at home, but it's good to be here.
It is definitely good to be here. Certainly an interesting week, and we're looking forward to a good weekend.
Definitely. It's been a week of, what do we say? It's been a week of gaffes and gasps. The headlines internationally and locally are always entertaining, Star. It's,
Yeah.
these are the world that we live in today.
Yeah, it really is an interesting world, but it's only going to get more interesting as time goes on and we become more connected, and technology really takes a stronghold. So we've got to prepare ourselves as best we can, laugh where we can.
Laugh where we can.
And then make sure that we're doing our
LOL.
part, to make the world a better place. That's it.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, man, if you're not maximizing the time that God has given you here on earth to be happy, to pursue it, right? And to be alive, as the G-Man would say, that's Godfrey Burnside, by the way, then you're just missing out. You're
You
just
really
wasting time.
You
So
really are.
we have a wonderful show lined up for you, as always, here on Bahamas at Sunrise. Some interesting guests. I was able to do, it's a tape piece, but I was able to do an interview with a young, well, I wouldn't say he's a venture capitalist, but certainly he's a founder of a technology and eco-friendly spa shower system that brings new meaning to singing in the shower. Nebia is the name of the company, and you'll get to see that. And we also have the Bahamas Commercial Fishers Alliance is here to talk about illegal poaching in our Bahamian waters. I mean, that really gets me upset. And we've got some helpful information and weight loss from, what's that word, Star?
I want to say it's Zingular Bahamas,
All right.
But it's spelled with an XY, so it's fancy for Phil and I, so we're going to learn from the company when they come on to chat with us. In addition to that, we've got the upper primary winner of the National Arts Festival in the Broadway Jazz Solo
Yeah, I
category.
heard him upstairs warming up, little kid.
Yeah, but I mean, they're so amazing. Their talent is just so dynamic, and so looking forward to bringing that to you in our summer series. And Brief is also here. They're going to be talking to us about marine conservation and a workshop they've got coming up in partnership with the Royal Bahamas Defense Force. That should be pretty interesting as well. We've got all of that ahead for you and more, but first, let's take a look at weather with Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First. First in insurance, today, tomorrow.
Thank you, Star, and good morning, Bahamas. Before we get started, we'd just like to send condolences out to the family of Basil's sons who passed away yesterday, to his children, from the counselors here. We just say our condolences to you all. In the weather today, we're looking at a mid to low-level trough across the northwest Bahamas. High pressure, though, the dominant weather feature with some Sahara dust, but for the most part, over the northwest Bahamas, into particular Grand Bahama, Abaco, and Bimini, and this morning the showers and thunderstorms are flaring up across this area. You're going to have some cloudiness into the weekend, but for the most part, most of the other islands we're going to experience partly sunny skies. Cloudy. For the most part today, our weather, mix of sun and clouds, still hot and hazy, with a few showers, even possible thunderstorm popping up, high temperature 92 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, we're looking at partly cloudy skies and warm, with a few late night or early morning showers, possible thunderstorms, your low temperature going down to 79 degrees Fahrenheit. And some regional highs and lows across the Caribbean, Barbados, 84 and 78. In Jamaica, 85 and 76. In Trinidad, 86 and 76. And the Turks and Caicos Islands, 90 and 77. Across North America, Atlanta, 86 and 72. In Raleigh, 83 and 66. Miami, 92 and 79. Dallas, Texas, 108, the high 84, the low, Toronto, Canada, 77 and 69. Weekend outlook, mix of sun and cloud on Saturday, and then some cloudy skies from Sunday into about Wednesday, as that trough will affect the northwest Bahamas and some of the other islands for the most part, with some showers and thunderstorms. But those temperatures today was still on the hot side, low nights daytime, at nighttime, the upper 70s. That puts you up my first look at weather sunrise. I'm Godfrey from my side. Back to you, Phil.
Thanks very much, Godfrey. BREEF, the Bahamas Reef Environment Educational Foundation, and the Royal Bahamas Defense Force recently completed a 6-day marine conservation workshop. Here to give us the details are Katarina, really love that name, McKinney-Lambert, Executive Director of BREEF, who we all know here on Bahamas at Sunrise, and Lieutenant Desiree Cornet of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force. Good morning, ladies. Welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. Welcome, Desiree.
Good morning.
Yes.
Good morning for having us.
Yeah. So the workshop was actually at the beginning of the month,
That's great.
and you're here to tell us just a little bit more about it and how it went.
Absolutely. So thank you for having us.
Yeah.
We held our first collaborative marine conservation workshop at the Royal Bahamas Defense Force Base in Coral Harbour. And it was an opportunity to bring together educators and law enforcement personnel from around the country to dive a bit deeper into marine conservation and collaborate for better protection of our marine resources.
Now, you said this is the first one?
BREEF's been holding marine conservation workshops since we were founded
Right.
25 years ago, focused mainly on teachers,
Okay.
but also engaging other personnel. But this is the first one that we've done jointly with the Royal Bahamas Defense Force.
Well, congratulations.
Yes, I was fortunate to be a part of the last one, which was the 19th version that BREEF would have hosted at the Juris Research Center in San Salvador. And I went there, and it was a week-long Word of Marine Environment intense workshop. And I was blown away by the amount of information that was passed. And we thought maybe this is something that could definitely be replicated for the persons that actually are responsible for preserving our marine heritage and environment. And so thus the collaboration began, and we've had our very first law enforcement and educators marine conservation
It
workshop.
sounds like you played a role in that.
Yes, we did.
Definitely. So, but tell us, why is this important, particularly to law enforcement officers?
Oh, like, so we have persons that are responsible for everything with our marine conservation. We need policy, we need advocates, we need judiciary, of course, we need law enforcement. So one of the things that we're hoping that's going to happen is if persons continue to understand the policies, the science behind the policies, they'd be a bit more passionate about preserving it and how we go about creating strategies for enforcement. And so it's very important for for everybody in the country to play a vital role in this. The Defense Force's motto is guarding our heritage, and of course the waters play an important part of that. And so we take that very seriously.
So you had a combination of law enforcement officers, you had educators. This was a period over how many days? Tell us a little bit more what happened over those 5 or 6 days.
So it was a 6-day workshop, very hands-on, and as Lieutenant Cornet said, you know, the Defense Force's motto is guarding our heritage. BREEF's mission is protecting the marine environment that sustains our way of life. So very complementary missions, and we certainly believe that a hands-on experience is very tangible and results in lifelong learning. So the workshop was, all the participants were in the water from the first day.
Really? Okay.
Snorkeling on day one, and learning about the different marine ecosystems, from coral reefs to mangroves to seagrass beds, to the shoreline, which is also very important for our marine resources. And then learning about threats to these ecosystems. So thinking about climate change, thinking about invasive species, pollution, overfishing, habitat destruction, and trade. And in particular, addressing the issue of illegal fishing in Bahamian waters and what we can all do to combat that.
And once you would have gone through this, Desiree, what is the next kind of steps for the Royal Bahamas Defense Force in particular as a participant in these workshops?
So, well, we probably just take a step back about the participants. We just want to make sure everybody understands that it was just not the Defense Force in terms of the law enforcement capacity. So there were over 20 participants. Majority obviously were Royal Bahamas Defense Force personnel. We also had persons from the Department of Marine Resources from Eleuthero. We had teachers from Mayagona, Grand Bahama, and Cat Island.
Oh, nice.
And we also had persons from the Bahamas Department of Customs.
Okay.
And so it was what we're hoping to create is a multi-agency approach to protecting our resources. Obviously, we can't do it by ourselves.
right.
We have over 100,000 square miles of waters, more if you include all of our exclusive economic zones. And so we've been working in partnership with different NGOs, particularly BRIEF. The Defense Force has ensured that in every course, in every type of education workshop that happens on board the base, that there's been a conservation or marine component, so that persons are not only educated, they're encouraged, they're empowered, and they're enabled. So this particular workshop was significant for the Royal Bahamas Defense Force because we had our instructors involved, and so that's going to be a force multiplier.
Yes, absolutely.
So they're going to teach this to the new entries, they're going to teach us to our rangers, and we're going to see hopefully this
Transformation. Yeah.
transformation that's going to happen.
Excellent. Well, listen, just really quickly before we go, just tell us where we can get more information on BRIEF, because it's just such a tremendous role that you play here nationally.
Thank you. So the BRIEF website is www.brief.org.
Okay.
So that's easy, and there's certainly a lot of information on there. We encourage people to get information about the science behind the regulations in particular, and that's building both voluntary compliance by people who say, I understand why we have a closed season for crawfish, and hopefully inspires people in law enforcement who didn't yet know about that to learn more.
Well, excellent. Listen, congratulations. Hope to have you back on the show real soon. All right. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We've been with BRIEF and the Royal Bahamas Defense Force. We'll be right back.
Shell is taking you on an exciting journey with its summer promotion. Now through September 14th, enter for your chance to win a brand new 2018 Toyota Yaris. Just make a minimum purchase of $20 worth of fuel from any Shell service station in Nassau. Answer the skill question on the entry form and submit. The grand prize will be drawn on September 14th. Other weekly prizes include free fuel vouchers and VIP packages to see Jay-Z and Beyonce live in concert August 31st at the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. For more info, visit their Facebook page at Sunoil Bahamas.
Good afternoon. First response. How can I help you?
I've been in an accident on West Bay Street. Can you send someone to help?
Yes, ma'am. A first response team will be there in 15 minutes. Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine, but a bit upset.
We're glad you're not hurt. Please, try to relax. Our team will take care of everything as soon as they arrive.
First Response provides immediate on-site service and support from the scene of an accident through the claims and repair process. And it's free to all Bahamas First insured drivers in New Providence every day for any type of accident. If you drive and want first response on your side, call 321st or visit bahamasfirst.com for the name of an authorized Bahamas First agent. First response can't prevent an accident from happening,
But it can certainly ease your mind when it happens.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. Now, the Singular Way of Health is a combination of complete, simple systems designed to help you quickly and easily achieve your health and wellness goals. We love bringing you information on how you can better yourself here on Bahamas at Sunrise. And so this morning, we're very happy to welcome Mr. Kohan Baker, who's the Regional Sales Manager for Singular. And we've got a satisfied customer that shows us that there is proof in the product. Here with us this morning, very happy to welcome one of our longtime watchers, Miss Lynette Kelman. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise, both of you.
Good morning. Thank you. Good morning.
Now, Miss Kelman, I don't know how you looked before, but I can tell you that you look good now.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
you certainly do. And we're going to be finding out exactly how that happened. The first thing I want to know is about Singular Bahamas.
Yes.
It's my understanding that you are a new kind of company, kind of merged with a company that we might have heard of before. So talk to me about that.
Okay, so Singular Bahamas was formerly Singular Symmetry Bahamas.
Okay.
So Symmetry Bahamas became Singular last year, May, when Singular bought out Symmetry.
Okay.
Singular is actually owned by the same owners who own Symmetry.
Okay.
So Singular is here now. That's a new company. It's a fantastic company. We deal with nutritional supplements, and we support the body at a nutritional level.
Okay.
From weight loss to different ailments that people will find.
Okay.
So the products are that.
All
Very
right.
effective.
So we already have some idea of Symmetry Bahamas, so we shouldn't be uncomfortable with this. You've been around for some time now, just a new name, same great product, even better perhaps,
Better.
as a result of this merger.
Much better products and much better compensation package.
Okay. So what are some of the products that you offer and some of the main ingredients? You and I were kind of talking before, and I remember hearing this probiotics before, and so you were kind of explaining what that is to me. But run me through some of the products that are involved with Singular.
So this is one of the top selling kits, which is called the Ultimate Transformation Kit.
Okay.
Ultimate Transformation. So you're going to transform your lives. So quickly we have stuff like our Action in this package.
Okay.
The Action is actually a multi-nutrient.
Okay.
So it's not a multivitamin, much more than a multivitamin, a multi-nutrient.
Okay.
Then we have here Cheat, which is a definitely you can cheat your diet.
Okay.
One of the things in this has Japanese kanioka root,
Okay.
which actually expands in the stomach when you eat, so you don't eat as much as you want to eat.
Okay.
Good for people with high cholesterol also.
Okay.
Then you have the Advanced Omega. The Advanced Omega is good for inflammation in the system,
Okay.
and it's also good for lowering your cholesterol.
Okay.
Then you have Flush. Flush is for cleaning the system out at night, helping the digestive system.
Okay.
You have Accelerate to burn the fat. You have Zing, which is called a happy pill.
Okay.
And that's something that regulates your mood.
Okay.
Regulate your mood. You have the probiotics for the gut issue. A lot of bad bacteria in the gut, you want to fix that.
Okay.
Then you have stuff like your Zing, which is for energy.
Okay.
Then you have the meal, the lean meal. Lean here is a low-calorie meal plan. This one resets your metabolism in the first 8 days. So one of the benefits of this program is that you lose up to 15 pounds in 8 days or your money back.
Wow.
And we're very serious about that.
Okay,
So
well,
your body got your whole reset.
I want to talk to my friend there
Yes, go
because
ahead.
she's here nodding and smiling as you go to the products like, yeah, girl, I know about that. I mean, I certainly love the names, and I love that you're saying to me that it's more than just weight loss, because I hear you talk about cholesterol, I hear you talk about probiotics for the digestive system, and these are really complicated issues that can really affect people's lives. So it's more than just weight loss then. It's also about building better nutrition.
Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly
I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear that. Now, you've got living proof right here, Ms. Kelman, and I'm sure my directors in the back there are pulling up those shots on your screen so you can get to see a before and after of Ms. Kelman as a result of this. Talk to me about your process. What made you decide that you wanted to go with Singular?
Well, I've been with Symmetry. I've tried a lot of different weight loss products, a lot of different weight loss methods, and I was never successful because I've always been heavy all my life. So trying different products, different weight loss products that did not work. When I heard about Singular and I saw the awesome testimonies and results from the people that were on the products, I said, you know what? Even though I was discouraged from trying so many things, I said I'd give this a try because it's a money-back guarantee.
Okay.
They guarantee you 5 to 15 pounds in 8 days. Who does not want to lose that amount of weight in 8 days?
Right.
So I gave it a try. In my first 8 days, I was able to lose 9 pounds and 11 and a half inches.
You take
so
that.
I was like, hey, yeah, this is working.
Okay.
So I was very excited. I was almost down a pants or a dress size by that time. So I continued following the plan, continued taking the product. So before I started, I was like about a size 16.
Wow.
Yeah, size 16. And that's been my teeter-tottering between 14, 16, but never been able to get it below that until trying these products. So then I stayed on the products for about four months. I think it was about 4 months, and I was able to lose a total of 60 pounds.
Wow.
So totally new, different person that you see standing here.
Wow.
Yeah, 60 pounds. Down to a size 6, never been a 6
listen
in
here,
my
man.
adult life.
Now this is why this is called a client testimonial, right? Because I'm ready to set up a praise.
Yes.
No, that is so, I mean, and I'm sure
awesome.
that's life-changing,
That
right?
was
Like just
life-changing.
Yeah.
You feel great. There are no side effects because everything is all natural. But the best part is you get a metabolism reset.
Okay.
The company guarantees that you reset your metabolism, you reset your health. So you're not just losing weight. Once, a lot of persons, they try things, they lose weight, and then after they start living again, they regain the weight.
Yeah.
With Singular, you don't have to worry about that.
Listen,
These are some awesome products. You
Listen.
understand? You will not have to worry about the weight regain. All I tell persons is balance your diet. You're going to have fun. You're going to go out. You're going to enjoy life. But then at times, I have to eat healthy. And it's not just for weight loss. It's for your
health.
overall health.
Your health is your wealth.
Yes, your health is your wealth. So Singular
Listen.
products are awesome.
We have the living testimony
Yes.
to see it 16 to a size 6. I'm sure there are going to be a lot of people who are interested in this product after hearing Ms. Kalman speak about it. So how can people reach Singular Bahamas? And if somebody wants to actually start to sell Singular Bahamas to other people that might want help, how can they do that?
Okay, well, our office is located on Soldier Road West in the Pineapple Bay Plaza.
Okay.
So once you give us a call, our telephone number is 322-4077. You can give us a call, and then we'll be able to further direct you from there.
Okay, listen, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for you.
I am happy.
I can tell. I can tell just talking to you that you're a believer in this,
Yes.
and it certainly would have been transformative. So
Yes.
congratulations to you for
Thank
sticking
you.
with it.
Thank you.
And awesome to Singular for coming up with these fun and cool products, man. I love the names, and certainly they seem to have results. So we want to thank you for joining us this morning on Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise, bringing you stories of transformation and how you can make it happen for you. We're going to be back with more after this commercial break.
BDC Living is a collection of unique home decor stores in Nassau. We have stylish furniture and accessories to suit all tastes and budgets. Visit East Bay Street for unique furniture pieces and coastal accessories. Our West store in Old Fort Bay is home to design-focused gifts, accessories, and custom upholstery. The home store at AIP carries really useful household essentials. Check out our website, bbcliving.com, for location details.
How are we making Rev work wonders for you? We are doing it together. You told us what you want, and we've heard you. Want faster broadband? How about speeds up to 1 gigabit per second? Want shorter house calls? 2 hours max. We promise. Want to take your entertainment anywhere? Well, your Rev Go Play app is here. Rev, we've heard you. You speak, we listen. Rev, you and us together.
So who really own the Nassau Container Port?
Boss, that's easy. The government.
I do.
I do. Thank you.
I do.
I do. And one day, he will too.
I do. Knock knock.
Here at the Nassau Container Port, we've diversified our ownership to give hardworking Bahamians a piece of the economic pie. And we'll continue to grow so that we can give you a consistent return on your investment. That's our promise.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. As you know, Fridays this summer have been filled with stellar performances from winners of the 2018 E. Clement Bethel National Arts Festival, and this morning is no different. We have Nehemiah 2.0 in the studio today. Nehemiah Janilis, he's a national winner for the solo jazz Broadway singing category for the upper primary. That's E.P. Roberts. All right, and he's accompanied by Rashad Cunningham. He's also a winner. You're going to get to see him a little bit later in the summer, but he is his music teacher, and he's accompanying him today on the keyboard. Good morning, gentlemen. Welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning.
All right, so you're a winner, man.
Yes, sir.
You're a winner. So I was about to say, how long you been singing? You haven't been singing very long, but what do you like about singing jazz? And
Like, it's a great opportunity to sing for the people and to have a lot of fun at singing.
Sounds like an entertainer already, singing for the people. Singing for the people. So this festival, how did it go for you, the competition?
It went great.
It went great. Obviously, you're here today. You're a winner. You're a winner. What do you like? What do you like most about this style of music, the genre, jazz?
To have a lot of fun.
To have a lot of fun. All right, good. Rashad, so this is one of your students, man.
Yeah.
He seems quiet, but he's got, a unique voice.
Yeah, he's extremely quiet. He doesn't talk very much.
Yeah.
But he uses his voice, and he just recently, since I've been to E.P. Roberts, just recently found out that he could actually sing. all the time. All the time he was there, and they didn't really actually know
No.
that he could sing as well as he can. And he's done an amazing job over the past 2 years.
Just 2
I've
years.
been working with him.
Just 2 years of doing this. Oh, but listen, man, the sky is going to be the limit for you. What are you singing this morning?
Somewhere over the rainbow.
Somewhere over the rainbow. There you have it. I don't want to say Nehemiah 2.2, man. Nehemiah Genelis, and accompanied by Rashad Cunningham. All right, over to you.
When all the clouds darken up the skyway, there's a rainbow highway to be found. Leaning from your window pane to a place behind the sun, just a step beyond the rain. Trouble smells like lemon drops away above the chimney top. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, birds why, oh, why can't
Can a simple thing like drinking alkaline water make you healthier? The answer is yes. Crystal Clear H2O alkaline water is loaded with antioxidants and helps soothe acid reflux, improves your energy and metabolism, cleanse your colon, and neutralize acid in the blood. With our high pH levels, it's perfect for those with health issues, and it's affordable too. Drink your way to better health with Crystal Clear H2O. Live it, love it, drink it.
I always wanted to come back to the College of Bahamas. I wanted to be a faculty. When the opportunity came for me to be Vice President of Operations, I said, well, let me try that first. It makes me proud because I was here before. I feel as if now I'm sort of like a beacon for those students who are here to say, hey, listen, I can actually be a Vice President. I can actually be one of the big leaders at the university. I'm Ronnie Stevenson, and this is my UB.
Apply today at www.ub.edu.bs.
Wait, that's Omar Little from The Wire. You think everyone is Omar from The Wire?
Wow, it's really nice to meet a fan.
It's like he's right here. I telling you he's been on all type shows and stuff?
And you know, Rev Go Play plays a lot of good movies and TV shows.
Excuse me, can't you see we're watching something else? Rude.
Settle all your pop culture disputes with RevGo Play. Watch, record, and stream all your favorite shows wherever you are. Free for all Rev TV subscribers. Rev, you and us together.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise on this fabulous Friday. We've had a great show so far for the morning, Phil.
Absolutely. Fabulous Friday. Fantastic Friday. TGIF. I'm loving it.
All of that in one. But no, we want to remind you that, of course, if you do take part in that singular program that we mentioned, that actually comes with a gift certificate. So you make the first purchase to get started on the system, to start the weight loss program. And then as a part of that, you get a $100 gift certificate for your next item of purchase. So if you are, of course, interested in Singular, you can check them out and see how it can transform your life.
Excellent, excellent. I was just really, I love, obviously, youth and young people and, you know, love the show and the fact that we kind of cater to that here at Bahamas at Sunrise, and just listening to Nehemiah, you know, sing, you know, he's just about yay big, you know, but, and you could tell he's shy, you know, but Rashad is doing a really good job. In fact, I imagine the whole team there at BBahamas is doing a really good job.
Yeah.
You know, tip my hat to all of those hardworking teachers.
Yeah, man, and I see a few of them quite enjoying their summer break. Some of them ran summer camps after school was out and are just really getting the chance to take a break. But our teachers do such a fantastic job, and I hope that in the years to come we'll be able to honor them more. In certain societies, like Singapore, for example, the teachers are highly regarded, highly respected,
highly paid.
Oh, wow. In Finland, their teachers are top notch, and they pay them more than anyone else, which is why the educational system is so revolutionary, which is why the students do so well. So we kind of have to begin to look at our education system like that and recognize the investment these teachers make. Being with my 9-month-old daughter for hours on end, it's like, what is this? So it is a special calling.
Right? my mother's watching, she would be saying, preach, stop, preach.
It is a special calling. Listen, we've got more to come in the second half of the show for you. We're going to be talking with the Bahamas Commercial Fishers Alliance. Really important conversation, learning more about poaching happening in our waters and what we can try to do to kind of protect it and defend it, because it's really, it really shouldn't happen the way it does.
I mean, you don't want to say it, but you know, it almost seems like another incident just waiting to happen, and we really need to approach this from both sides. The government has to do their part, and then our guys have to hold their heads. But you know, it should be an interesting conversation. And I also had the chance to do an interview with Dr. Peter Blair, you know, our in-house resident academic star here on Bahamas at Sunrise, and by the name of Philip Winter, and he's got this new product. What was fascinating about this story was the fact that it just started just like a concept, and you know, with a purpose. But you'll hear more about that. I can't really do that. So anyway, Godfrey Burnside is going to give us our second look at that sunrise.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First. First in insurance, today, tomorrow.
Thank you, Phil. Good morning, Bahamas. And your second look at weather at Sunrise. We can take a trip around the tropics. The tropics remain quiet, and a tropical storm formation expected during the next 5 days. On a local scene, low to mid-level trough across the northwest Bahamas. That's going to trigger off some showers and thunderstorms during the day. And it's going to increase, as a matter of fact, by Sunday into Monday next week, with another troughing in that particular area. High pressure, again, the dominant weather feature over most of the islands. In your marine forecast, winds today southeast to south at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet over the northwest Bahamas. East to southeast at 15 to 20 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet over the central and southeastern islands. On Saturday, winds continue southeast to south at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet over the northwest Bahamas, dropping off a little, east to southeast at 15 knots, seas 3 to 5 feet over the central and southeastern islands, and that will continue through Sunday. Your tides. You can expect a low tide at 7:49 this morning. Next high tide will be at 12 minutes past 2 this afternoon. Low gain this evening at 8:33. Sunset 7:58 this evening, rises around 6:32. UV index 10, your water temperature 86 degrees Fahrenheit, honeymoon phase, first quarter. Extended look, mix of sun and clouds with some afternoon showers and thunderstorms popping up late night, early morning also. And then by Sunday into Monday, Tuesday, we expect increasing cloudiness with some showers and thunderstorms, one or two becoming heavy at times. Those temperatures daytime will be in the low 90s, at nighttime in the upper 70s. That puts you up in your phone. Look at weather sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Star.
Thank you so much, Godfrey. Well, this morning we want to have a very important conversation about challenges that we have out there on our waters in terms of poaching. This month alone, Dominican nationals were charged with poaching in Bahamian waters. How does that affect Bahamian fishermen? We want to find out more, and so here to tell us, we're very happy to welcome Mr. Adrian Laroda, who's the president of the Bahamas Commercial Fishers Alliance, Mr. Keith Carroll, who's the vice president of the BCFA, and fishermen Mr. Albert Cartwright and Chuck Pinder. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning.
So it's our pleasure to have you with us. The first thing we often hear about is Dominicans, and certainly because they were charged most recently, they automatically come to mind. Are they the only people that our fishermen are out there having to compete with?
No. Good morning. Good to be here. Actually, no. We have a bit of a problem with American fishermen also.
Okay.
And the recreational fisher, primarily from the U.S., who would come in during the day. They run other operations, where they come in and they fish commercially.
Okay.
Without licensing, and they do also do a bit of poaching.
Wow. When we talk about poaching, how much revenue does that account for? Like as fishermen, how much does that impact the bottom line and your economic sustainability when you have to share those waters with poachers?
Well, just take for instance the boat that the Defense Force brought in 2 or 3 weeks ago. That boat had 29,000 pounds of lobster on board. 18,000 pounds was undersized.
Wow.
So that's 18,000 pounds of lobster that even have chance to breathe.
Wow.
They have young. And that's only one boat.
Wow.
And you have boat. When the Defense Force caught that boat, it was 3 more boats in the area.
Wow.
So and they got away. So you can imagine how much lobster they took. And it's only 4 boats. But they have like 20 or 30 boats fishing all summer. All summer when the season is closed for Bahamians. When we are home, they are out there fishing. The southern Bahamas, the crawfish season never closed. For the past 30 or 40 years was never closed.
Wow.
Because when we are home, they are fishing.
Wow.
And when the Defense Force catch these boats, when they bring them to Nassau, the fines that the government give them, they encourage them to come back.
Wow.
The government need to get serious with the fines they give these people and let them know that if you come here, what's going to happen to you? We playing with these people.
Okay.
And I tired of coming on these shows and talking. We playing. If not, we get serious, we ain't going to have industry. I can tell you that.
So tell me now, Mr. Cartwright, what does that seriousness look like? And if you could make it happen, what would that fine be? What would that look like?
If I had anything to do with it, a captain that caught coming in the Bahamas, 25 years hard labor, you don't find them. 25 years, that'll discourage them from even thinking about coming to the Bahamas.
Okay.
But when you come to the Bahamas, you know you can get fined. Just the captain get $50,000, and if you have a crew of 40, they get $2,000. That ain't no money to them. They can make this money back in a day or 2 days fishing.
Wow.
So if they just say they make 6 or 8 trips a year and they get caught once,
it's worth it for them.
It's worth it.
Okay.
So that's a place to come.
Okay.
We ain't trying to discourage them from coming in.
Okay. Now, Mr. Pender, for you, what does that look like? That sort of reform in order to make us more protected? Because it's an archipelago. It's very hard to police these waters effectively. That's the challenge that the government always says it has. But what does that type of punishment look like for those who are caught? And how could our government even do a better job of just securing the area for locals?
Good morning, everyone. Yeah, I agree with Keith on the concept of the fines are too lenient. Along with that, let me add to it, the vessels that are confiscated from the Dominican poachers in the southern Bahamas, they all need to be sunk.
Okay.
They need to be cleaned and sunk and made dive sites. The more costly that we make it for them to come, the less they will come to our waters to fish.
Okay.
And along with being arrested, fined, their catch confiscated, the vessel is sunk to where it doesn't fish in the Bahamas anymore. Or we have another problem in this country, that we are taking some of these vessels are being sold to Bahamians. They're crewing them with a crew of Dominican divers.
What?
that are fishing within our country, that are here on marriages of convenience,
Okay.
that are only brought in to do a job, and they are destroying us from within.
Okay.
Ever since this element has exploded in the last 10 years or so, we are now having meetings on how we're going to save the conch. Our group of school seasons have been closed. We've done everything that we could try to do, or talking about things, what are we going to do to save this and that? This was never a problem before.
Okay.
We are actually allowing this to happen. These people do not have a sustainable industry in the Dominican Republic. And we are now bringing them into the Bahamas to destroy our country as well.
Okay.
You know, it's high time that the government up the game on this. We need some serious action to be taking place. Investigations need to be made, because it's my opinion and my belief that there is a conspiracy in this country between the Dominican poachers and the Dominicans that are working on the Bahamian boats.
Okay.
They know where we are. They know where our military is at all times. They're passing on information to one another. That's what's making it harder for the Royal Bahamas Defense Force to catch or apprehend the vessels that they can if they weren't been given information. And it's high time that we bring our country back to where it was supposed to be in the fishing industry. In Chapter 244 of the Fisheries Act, the word Bahamian is stated in quotation. The commercial fishing industry of the Bahamas was meant for the Bahamian people. It is what sustains most of the family islands, as well as farming. And if we lose that, a lot of Bahamian people are going to be out of a job.
Yeah, no,
We need to protect our industry, and the best way to do that is to keep it Bahamian. The Bahamian people aren't going to destroy what feeds them every day.
Right.
You know, you might have somebody that may do something they shouldn't have done here and there, but the fact of the matter is, on the big scale, these Dominicans destroy everything they come across. I mean, we're talking about a country 600 miles away, and here they are fishing our waters.
Yeah.
We need the government to get serious.
So Mr. LaRota, then, what are some of the actions that you guys are trying to take as an organization? Because certainly Mr. Pinder and Mr. Cartwright would have raised many points in addition to the fact that we need the Defense Force officers to maybe be doing more, the fact that we need to look at our internal value system and how we work with others to make sure that we're securing our own industry. But what are some of the actionable steps that you're hoping to achieve under your presidency?
Yeah, well, we want to bring complete awareness to this problem, because, you know, basically fishing is invisible until there's a crisis. Okay?
Right.
So we want to bring more awareness. We want to keep this in the forefront of the people who should understand it and who should care about what the country is losing. We lose minimum $20 million a year to this illegal fishing.
Wow.
Okay, it has to stop. Okay, everybody complains about it. Every sector of the marine industry complains about it, from the scuba divers straight through to the sport fishermen. Everybody complains about it, because that's how much revenue we're losing. Okay, so it could be upwards of $50 million a year. So once the government understands that, we need to have measures put in place where we could deter poachers, and that can only mean putting them away from their families. We need to have measures put in place to deter the recreational fish from coming in from Florida, coming in for the day, taking product from the Bahamas and exporting it to Florida. These are things, and we just want to keep the attention on the issues and keep the focus on the issues, so that someday the revised Fisheries Act will be enacted, which will put these measures, enforce these regulations, where the penalties will be increased and more teeth would be given to the fisheries enforcement.
Okay. Can the Defense Force do any more? Is there something that they can do?
I could tell you, I could give you an example. The Defense Force caught a boat about a month ago. She had on, she didn't have no lobster, but she had on a lot of red snapper and grouper. Well, you know, they only caught 4 of the guys, because some escaped and went over to Cuba. I think the Cuban government caught them. But the fines that they got, I think the fines for the 4 crew didn't add up to $12,000. Wow. They couldn't even buy the grocery that the Defense Force used to go to sea.
Wow.
I mean, that's the kind of fines we're giving these people. Yeah. You know, we spend all that money on the Defense Force buying all these new boats. Here it is when the Defense Force go to sea, catch a boat. When you bring the money,
you aren't even breaking even in terms of what you spent to go. So is it that the Fisheries Act limits the fines that we give, or do we think it's more of an international pressure system that's happening? Like, why are the fines the way they are? Is it just the Fisheries Act?
We think it's both.
Okay.
We think it's both. International accommodation and a bit of diplomacy on our part, and the Fisheries Act, because the Fisheries Act, the original act, was from 1972. So we have to do something about it.
I think the fines still could be up to $250,000, right?
Yeah, they could be.
Yeah, so we just need to kind of go that route.
We had to go.
This has been a great conversation for me. My grandfather was a fisherman in North Eleuthera, and so I know about the livelihood that this represents for so many of our islands, and certainly something that we need to take seriously. So thank you for bringing it to our attention this morning on Bahamas at Sunrise.
You're welcome. Good to be here.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We've got some passionate citizens here, and if you are willing or able to join their cause, please do so. We do have to protect what is ours for future generations. We'll be back with more after this commercial break.
Can a simple thing like drinking alkaline water make you healthier? The answer is yes. Crystal Clear H2O alkaline water is loaded with antioxidants and helps soothe acid reflux, improves your energy and metabolism, cleanse your colon, and neutralize acid in the blood. With our high pH levels, it's perfect for those with health issues, and it's affordable too. Drink your way to better health with Crystal Clear H2O. Live it, love it, drink it.
Shell is taking you on an exciting journey with its summer promotion. Now through September 14th, enter for your chance to win a brand new 2018 Toyota Yaris. Just make a minimum purchase of $20 worth of fuel from any Shell service station in Nassau. Answer the skill question on the entry form and submit. The grand prize will be drawn on September 14th. Other weekly prizes include free fuel vouchers and VIP packages to see Jay-Z and Beyonce live in concert August 31st at the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. For more info, visit their Facebook page at Sun Oil Bahamas.
BDC Living is a collection of unique home decor stores in Nassau. We have stylish furniture and accessories to suit all tastes and budgets. Visit East Bay Street for unique furniture pieces and coastal accessories. Our West store in Old Fort Bay is home to design-focused gifts, accessories, and custom upholstery. The home store at AIP carries really useful household essentials. Check out our website, bdcliving.com, for location details.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. Listen, I am so excited about this next segment. I kept my suit and tie on from this past Monday just to bring it to you. Very pleased to be joined this morning by two young, intelligent, bright, and the girls would probably say beautiful young men here in the studio. Welcoming back Dr. Peter Blair. He's assistant professor at Clemson University. No stranger to Bahamas at Sunrise. Good guy all around. And he is joined by Philip Winter. He's the co-founder and CEO of a company called Nibia. All right. Gentlemen, welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. Welcome back home. Yeah. Welcome to the Bahamas.
Phil, pleasure to be here. Thank you.
It's great to be here, Philip. So this is an interesting story, Peter. We're going to start with you. Tell us a little bit about how all of this kind of got together. When did you meet Philip?
So Philip and I met when I was at the University of Pennsylvania doing my PhD at the Wharton School of Economics. And it's a funny story. So we both rode in the bus together from the Penn campus to church. And we had a nice conversation in the van. And as we're walking into church, Philip in his purple sweater, he just puts his arm around me like this as we walk in. Complete stranger. And I'm thinking, this is so strange. We just met each other. He's white, I'm black. I'm just like, this doesn't happen in America. Right. And during the service, he kept me awake because I was falling asleep. So he teases me about that. And afterwards, we had a fantastic conversation where he shared with me some of his goals and his passions and his missions. And I just remember encouraging him and saying, Philip, there's something special that God has placed on the inside of you. Right. And you need to bring that to the world. Yeah. And one of those things was entrepreneurship. Yeah. And since then, he's gone on to found Nebia, which is one of the most innovative companies in San Francisco. Yeah. It actually has the current CEO of Apple and the former CEO of Google, who are early backers of the company. It was incubated by Y Combinator, which is like the Harvard or the Stanford of tech incubators. And it's the 10th largest Kickstarter campaign for like a hardware. So I mean, like just success upon success. Forbes 30 under 30, you name it, that's what he's been able to accomplish since then.
And I tell you, that's one of those important subjects, even in the Bahamas, when we talk about entrepreneurship, the ability for young people or business persons to really have their own startup, to get that engine going And you've been able to do that in a very significant way just over, well, it's a relatively short period of time, Philip. But just take us a step back in terms of post the meeting with Peter. In your mind, talk to us about the ambition and the aspirations that you would have had. Was Nebia something that you've always wanted to do, or it was just the result of filling a need?
It's a very good question. You know, I can trace a lot of things back to that conversation. It was probably a 4 or 5 hour conversation. I had no interest in startups, to be honest with you.
Okay.
As a university student, I had entrepreneurial spirit. I had a desire for adventure and to go sort of see and understand what was going on in the world and what the world needed. And it was really by happenstance and by my early exposure in my first couple of jobs to startups, I said, hey, there's something really interesting here, and you can create and you can have a direct implicit impact through what you're building. And I had these ideas, and I met my business partners, and they were working on some ideas, and we started to work together. And together, just sort of feeding off of one another, you know, late night conversations, and you start to sort of build on this ambition, and you create this amazing idea, and then you share it with the first 1 or 2 people, and they crush it, and you learn not to share your ideas with just anybody, right? And you share them with people that you trust, and who are going to say, and they nitpick at it, right? In a way that builds it up. And so a lot of the conversations that Peter and I had in those subsequent years at the beginning of Nebia was, hey, here are my ideas. Here's what I see that's good. Here's where I think you can grow it. And all of a sudden, this great picture that I was sort of believing in, somebody else believed in. And it's like, well, if they believe in it, you know, and he's older, and you know, he must know more than me, then maybe it's possible. And it's that sort of belief. And I've had 2 or 3 people in my life at key stages that say, hey, you can do this.
You can do this,
And that just puts wind in your sails, and you just grow and grow and grow.
Well, tell the listening audience exactly what Nebia, where did the name come from to begin with?
Sure.
And then tell us, because people are probably wondering what this concept is all about.
Sure. So our mission is to transform the way that people interact with water in their daily lives. And the way we do that is by making products people love to use and that are better for the planet. And our focus is water, right? The world has a population of 7 billion people, and by the year 2050 we'll be 10 billion people, and we have a finite amount of water. And we cannot live without water. It's one of those fundamental things we need every single day. And we have not seen any meaningful innovation in terms of sustainability with water in many decades, right? You see it with energy, you see solar companies, all sorts of renewable energy, but you don't see that sort of investment in R&D and research in water. And we want to be a pioneering company that says, hey, water is a really important issue. Lots of other folks need to focus on this as a potential for innovation. And so our first product hits home in a way that people interact with water every single day. And so we decided to reinvent the shower. And we made what's called the Nebia Spa Shower. Peter's got one in his house, and we've sold them in 46 different countries, 15,000 units all around the world. Last year we did about $5 million in revenue. And it's this shower system that atomizes water, and it creates millions of tiny droplets and about 10 times the surface area of water. And so you walk in, and it feels like halfway between a steam shower and a regular shower.
And that gives a different definition to singing in the shower.
That's right, that's right.
But at the same time, I mean, you're saving water, which is really the crux of what you were talking about in terms of energy and water conservation. Peter, when we think about something like this, I mean, it's just an interesting story there with Philip and how it came about. But in our own country, sometimes we can say it's not as easy a road for young entrepreneurs. What do you think would be some of the ingredients or some of the factors that we can take from his story and apply it locally?
One of the things that's really fundamental to my perspective on the world as a mentor and as an educator is really seeing people the way that God sees them. And after we came from church, we had about a 3-hour conversation. And as he shared his passions with me, I saw that there was something special in him. And so I encouraged that. And what's interesting about the relationship is in a lot of ways it's flipped, right? If it's like, I'm from the developing country, he's from the developed country, right? Philip is white, I'm black. And normally we think about the roles as being reversed, and I think we have to think that we have the talent and the ability and the capacity to do really great things. And I hope one of the things that we take away from this segment is we have a lot of great talent here locally. And in addition to that, we should work collaboratively with people from other countries. We don't have everything, they don't have everything. But we come to the table as equal partners too. And so we have to see ourselves as being the fullness of what God has created us to be. And we have to see other people in that way too. And that's where greatness really comes about.
So the first thing is really to find yourself a mentor.
That is so crucial because you need somebody that really believes in the dream. And like we've had like many like hour-long conversations at different points in the business, and those things are so important for really sustaining your belief in the business, your belief in the process, and having somebody that really unconditionally believes in you, because the business is really just an expression of who you've been created to be. It doesn't define you.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Philip, listen, we hope to see you real soon here in the Bahamas. What's next for you?
We are going to make more products in the space of water, so stay tuned.
Right.
Folks can visit our website, nebia.com, nebia.com.
All right, great.
And we ship around the world, and we might be setting up a showroom in the Bahamas in the next 6 months or so.
All right,
so
all
stay tuned
right.
for
That's
more
what we're
details on
talking
that.
about. Well, Peter, Philip, listen, so great having you both on the show with us. Listen, wishing you every success. I get a feeling you're going to catch it real soon.
And this isn't the last time that he's going to be in the Bahamas. So
That's right.
They say once is not enough, and even twice, you don't see all these stuff. So come back again and again. I'm excited to show you even more of our beautiful islands, not just in Nassau, but all around.
All around. There you have it. Dr. Peter Blair, Philip Winter, CEO and co-founder of Nibia. I almost said Water Solutions, but Nibia. And you can find them on nibia.com. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on.
One thing, two things. Blue thing, all things. Things that are small, things that are grand, things that fit just right and in the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Fox Hill Nursery.
Hi, I'm Davrielle, and welcome to Rev Tips, where we answer your most important Rev service questions. Today's question is, how do I set up a Rev My Account? It's super easy. To create a Rev My Account, simply visit www.cablebahamas.com and click the My Account icon. Next, select the Create Account option. Please have a copy of your latest statement on hand. Enter the information as it appears on the statement to the respective areas on the form. When you've finished, click Create Account to continue with the process. Once you've registered your account, you can use your username and password to check your account balance, view past statements, and pay your bill online. And that's your Rev Tip for this week. Thanks for watching, and be sure to join us next time.
Well, thank you so much for tuning in today, folks. Certainly was a very interesting show, very informative show. Talks a lot about water today, Phil. You with me in the morning and ending with the fishermen.
Yeah, that conversation, I'm still kind of...
Phil, I think about the economic implications of this, right? And this is just so multifaceted because it's more than just what our fishermen are losing. We are struggling as a nation to fill certain debts, but you have this millions of resources in our sea. You look at the things, not just even the fish on itself that we eat or that we export or use locally, but the items that come from our sea, that go into cosmetics, that go into perfumes, that go into pharmaceuticals. And this is really a multi-million-dollar industry, and we're just allowing it to go away, multi-billion-dollar industry.
And imagine what's not being caught.
Yeah.
That's the part that has my mind rolling. It's like, because we have limited resources. I've got a great defense force, but it's still limited resources when you're trying to cover 100,000 plus square miles. So imagine all that
getting
gets away.
Yeah. And what these guys said, because they seem to have great respect for the defense force, is that even in terms of them catching one boat, what it costs them versus what we charge in fines, it doesn't even balance off.
Sink the boats.
But you and I, of course, must pay 12% back. So it's like, what are we doing? And I will be the first to say that I do not understand what it takes to run a country like ours. I'm sure that our prime ministers and our leaders, our cabinet ministers, really try to do the best they can. And I would give them the
But
best
obviously
of
there's slippage straight across the board. I mean, whether you're talking about slippage of resources, or whether you're talking about slippage in terms of revenue collection, we can do better. But Actually, it takes all of us. So it's not just our defense force, and our fishermen, it's all of us.
Yeah, and it's all of us in every field that we are in, making sure that we are not corrupt, making sure that we're doing things honestly with integrity, and then trying to do the best that we can to support each other. So I think those are some powerful words to leave on, to make sure that you're doing the best that you can for yourself and, of course, to support your neighbor. And we hope that you will join us back here on Monday. We've got more Bahamas and Sunrise for you then.
Yeah, have a wonderful weekend. See you at Junkanoo Summer Festival.
He's back again.
Back
Conkin
again.
Coon. You guys take care. Make it a good one.
Bye.